Hey guys, it's Arx here and welcome back to my channel. We are back with another Switch review and we're back at it again with another Kinetic Lab switches. And today, let's all take a look and listen at their new Gecko Switches, a silent switch. By the way, this switches was sent for review by Kinetic Labs, but I wasn't paid to make the video, so of course I give you guys my honest and unbiased opinion about the Gecko switches. I'll put all of their links on the description down below. Now, a quick background about the Gecko switches. This was manufactured by Gateron utilizing their new factory lubrication and mold. They also claim that it'll give you that ultra smooth and quiet switch out of the box, so let's see on the sound test. The switches only comes in pre-factory lube and a pack of 70 pieces would cost you around $42. For the materials, it's using POM and silicone dampeners on the stem, polycarbonates on the top housing, and nylon on the bottom housing. It has a 57.5 gram bottom out force and 54 gram for the actuation force on the springs. So in today's video, it's going to be the usual, but there won't be a stock versus lube comparison as the switches are already pre-factory lubed. But we'll have a switch comparison versus another silent switch and a semi-silent switches. And if you want to hear my thoughts and opinion about the switch, please do stick around at the end of the sound test or feel free to check the timestamps. And speaking of sound test, let me give you guys a quick disclaimer before we start. That the sound and experience will vary depending on your keyboard build, meaning to say that it will sound and feel different depending on your board. We'll be using, of course, the Vega 65 with a polycarbonate plates, a plate foam, and no case foam. Switches as a pre-factory lube, and the keycaps that was used was a Domikey set. So with all that out of the way, please do enjoy the sound test on the Gecko Silent Switches. And that was the sound test for the Gecko Silent Switches. And if you made it up to this point of the video, I would like to say thanks for staying, and let me know on what you think about the switches on the comment section down below, and let's have some quick discussions. And now let's talk about my thoughts and opinion about the Switch. Finally, let's talk about my thoughts on the feel. I must say that the pre-factory lube nowadays are really getting good, and I've heard a lot about the Gateron's improved lubrication process, so I was really expecting a lot on these switches, but given that it is a silent switch. So I didn't feel any scratches, and it didn't have that tight or that raw plastic feeling when typing. Now focusing on the typing feel or on the switch itself, so this is my second time trying out a silent switch, so I really don't have that much of an experience in terms of silent switches, but I must say it's less mushy feeling than the Akko Haze Pinks, and because of that I feel this has more smoother typing experience. But to be fair, given the price tag $42, and of course it's manufactured by Gateron, so I really expected this better typing feel. So it has that, of course, a soft typing feel to it, but the bottom out on these are more noticeable. The 57.5 gram isn't that heavy, but you can feel the bottom out a bit faster than what I actually expected. And maybe it has the light to mid actuation force of 54 gram. Honestly, I find this combination somehow satisfying to type on while using the switches on a daily basis. I can say if ever I'll choose between these or the Akko Haze Pink, I would say these by far has the better typing experience and overall, considering how good the pre-factory lube is. But again, this is just my second time trying out a silent switch, so please bear with me. Now moving on to my thoughts for the sound. Well, as you expect, it is indeed silent, but it didn't have that very mushy sound to it that a lot of silent switches have. And compared to the Haze Pink by Akko, this sounds a bit more quieter. I also didn't hear any scratches and even spring pings, so once again, out of the box, they sound really nice. But I mean, what do you really expect from a silent switch? Like, do you all have any reasons to make the sound go wrong? Maybe that's the mushy sound. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Again, this is my second time trying out a silent switch, so let me know your experience with these kinds of switches in terms of the feel and sound. Overall, I'm actually kinda digging the silent switches for how smooth they feel out of the box, but sound-wise, I can't really see myself using it on a daily basis yet. Like, maybe if I'll buy a board that I'll use for work. Just like clicky switches, silent switches has their own niche, and it's really an acquired taste and would really depend on your preference on how or what plans do you have for the switches. Now, the price tag, again, 70 pieces would cost you around $42, which is really something to think about. But again, for what it's worth and for what it is, a silent switch, it gets the job done. I would say it's worth it if you really have a build planned in mind, but with it, if you haven't tried the silent switch, or before, I would say try out the Haze Pink first by Akko, as those would only cost you around $14 for 45 pieces, and maybe you can use that as your starting point to see whether you'd like a silent switch. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and I really hope you find my review on the Gecko switches helpful. Again, check out Kinetic Labs if ever you'll be interested, and don't forget to hit the like button as it helps out my channel grow. So what's next? Well, we'll be checking out some keycaps from Kinetic Labs, and finally, the review on the Monsgeek M2 is coming up soon. So please do stay tuned for that. Again, don't forget to hit the like button, share if you want, and of course, subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys on the next sound test. Peace.